Good morning everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my flipping series where I'm trying to earn the most expensive gear in pay-to-play starting from scratch. So for every item slot, we're going to get the most expensive gear per slot, and unfortunately for me that adds up to be a ton of money. 3 items that are worth more than max cash right now, that being the 3rd Age Druidic top and bottom and the 3rd Age pickaxe. So I started with only 1 GP in the Grand Exchange back in December, and we need to earn, well, actually, I have no clue. It's somewhere between 8 to 10 bill, if not more. So we are making some good progress here, but we do need to speed things up or we're going to have this run away on us. As always, guys, if you do want to bring down just a bit more pain on the series, for every 10 likes I get on this video series, I will also go ahead and buy a Dragon Onyx Bolt E. Currently, I already need to buy around 40 mil worth of that ammunition, so it adds up quickly, and every like here will count. Anyway, guys, let's get started. As we were starting off episode 10 on May 11th, and with a total of around 385 mil. Now, in the last episode, I was finally getting some good practice in on some of the more expensive items like the Inquisitor's armor set. While it's definitely a very volatile item, the margins can be very good, and now I can actually afford, well, most of those items. Now, in the last episode, I had a lot of success on the Inquisitor's halberd. However, today we're going to try the Great Helm, as well as quite a few other items. Okay, so that was pretty good. Our first try on the Inquisitor's Great Helm netted us 800k in profit. Quite good for its price, I mean, considering it's not that much more expensive than a rapier. I do find it kind of challenging to flip a bunch of them together. The volume just isn't quite as high, but you know what, we're kind of working on it. Always looks nice when everything's that green, and it was a really nice set of flips as well. However, by far the most profitable item was this Dragonfire Ward combination. You can see that in there, we bought them for 12.6 mil, these skeletal visages, and just by attaching a Dragonfire shield, which cost nothing, we were able to mark them up by about 500k each. So we made 2.9 mil in profit on just 5 Dragonfire Ward combinations. So much money. I mean, we made a bit of money on some other things as well. We got 400k on the Inquisitor's helmet. However, altogether and all the different items we flipped here, I think we made just a bit over 4 mil in profit, which is fairly good for a morning's work. Okay, so I noticed something really strange today, and that was actually on the enhanced teleport crystal. If we go over to GE Tracker and have a look here, we can see that the item's price tanked tremendously just in the last 3 or 4 hours. It went from an average of around 1.9 mil, crashing all the way down to 1.5 mil, 1.6 mil. And I'm not sure if there's a reason why this should be happening. If not, we want to take advantage of this and try to buy as many of the enhanced teleport crystals as possible. Weird anomalies like this do happen, and GE Tracker is a great tool to help find them. As always, GE Tracker is a sponsor of mine. Go check them out with my link in the description. Always helps me out a lot. So I went ahead and price checked the enhanced teleport crystal. We can theoretically buy them for 1,500 each, and we're looking to sell them back maybe for 1,800, 1,900. So an absolutely massive margin on an item that is very cheap and in demand. I mean, we've already bought 10 of them at a margin of around 170k, so that already looks quite promising. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to buy any more of the enhanced teleport seeds. Just didn't come through. I shouldn't have been that greedy. Happens sometimes. Like, you have a great opportunity, but you just greed for the best possible margin, and then you just don't get any of it, unfortunately. That said, we still got 1.7 mil in profit on the 10 that we did buy, although we didn't get the biggest margin that we could have. I'm also continuing to practice on the Inquisitor's armor pieces. That wasn't a great practice though. We ended up losing 1 mil on it. Unfortunately, those items are so volatile, they can go either way pretty much at any minute. Well, we got a lot of stuff going on here, but one thing in particular I want to highlight, and that is the Nightmare Staff. I don't know what happened here, but somehow I managed to get a 1 mil margin on each staff, so we ended up buying them for 30.1 mil pretty much, or 120.3 mil, and we managed to sell them for 123.2 mil. So yeah, somehow we just ended up making 3 mil in profit. Yeah, the volatility of the market kind of gives sometimes, and other times it takes. With that said, I have no idea why the item went up 3 mil, but we take those. Oh my god, I don't actually know what happened here. Some weird price anomaly just happened, but we just made absolute bank just doing this random item combination. I noticed that the Briefeated staff had shot up in price a significant amount, up to like 7.5 mil, or even higher. I mean, look at this right now. I don't know what causes this to go up, but for some reason it did. We checked on GE Tracker. For some reason, the Briefeated staff was selling for upwards of 8 mil. So I quickly hopped on and tried to buy some of the Briefeated essence. after an hour, we ended up buying 3 of them, and we combined them for a profit of 5.6 mil. That was so easy, and it only took us a few minutes to combine, an hour to buy, and I mean, if this price continues onwards, I could make so much money from this. I mean, I'm gonna bump this up a bit to see if we can snag some more. Okay, so we ended up buying 3 more of them at 6,100 each. So we have 3 more essences. I'm gonna trade that over to my main account to quickly combine. Okay, so we traded them back over. It hasn't been too long at all. Hopefully we can still get a good deal on them. The average price is still looking like it's 7,500. So we're gonna dump one in here for 7,200 and it instantly sells. Okay, we're gonna dump the other 2 in here as well. Okay, so maybe they won't instant sell, but I think if we're patient, we should hopefully be able to sell the other 2 for at least another mil in profit each. And that right there is kind of why you always want to be scouring pricing information, because yeah, you can find really good stuff like that. Wait, hold up guys, that's not it. I totally forgot about something else I was really excited to show you guys. Look at the 3rd age full helm. We ended up selling them for 23.4 mil. And what did we buy them for again? We bought them for 22.6 mil, which means we made a ton of money on this item as well. Sure, a bit of that was luck, of course, but I think by the time we reach 10 bill, it will have all evened out eventually. Well, once again, guys, it looks like we were too greedy. I didn't realize it was that greedy, but you know what? I just went for it again, tried to get the maximum value from that big price anomaly we took advantage of from the Berea Fita staff. Unfortunately, no sales. I left, I came back, and well, they crashed pretty much right back down to break even. I think we maybe even lost a bit of money on the last 2. Overall though, incredibly profitable. Unfortunately, we could have made a bit more, but I mean, there's always going to be what ifs. I mean, what if I didn't spend my $100 worth of Bitcoin back in 2010? Definitely still not salty about that. That said though, after everything is sold off, we are now well over 400 mil, actually up to 410 mil already. So we are making a lot of money this week. Things are going quite smoothly. Alright, so the next day, we already have another big flip coming in here. The Dragon Kite Shield coming in at a profit of 2 mil. That is very nice. And I also managed to buy overnight quite a few of these black tourmaline cores. Now in the past, I've combined them with Bandos boots into Guardian boots. It can be reasonably profitable, heavily gated by the buy-in limit, but generally can make around 100k in profit per tourmaline core, so I think it's worth it. Okay, I always forget to buy the Bandos boots, so we're just doing 8 of them for now. But essentially, we're just going to combine them all together. No requirements to do this, by the way. We bought the Bandos boots for just under 200k. We bought the tourmaline cores for around 1750k. And it looks like we can sell the completed product for around 2 mil and 50k, which means that's just a bit over 100k in profit. Well, there we go, guys. We ended up actually eventually doing 20 of them. So that means we just made 2.1 mil or something on the Guardian boots. Not bad at all. Now, just keep in mind, guys, one thing you may have noticed is I'm not really showing every single flip now. There is a bit of a grind kind of between 200 mil and a bill that requires repeating a lot of the same items over and over again. Once we get like moderately wealthy, we can start doing kind of slower flips that will just be a little bit easier to look at and talk about. But right now, in my opinion, the most efficient way for me to grind past this initial bit is just to hammer down the same flips over and over again. So to keep things interesting, I'm just going to be showing you the more profitable or the least profitable, or just anything else that's interesting, instead of just hitting you with every single clip. Now, one thing I haven't tried in a while is high volume flipping, and we tried it for 1 hour today, and it was reasonably successful. 1.8 mil an hour isn't bad. That was mainly off the backs of Arcane Spirit Shields and the Kodai Wand, as well as a few other things. Now, before I would actually consider trying to do this more actively and more often, I think I would need to consistently earn maybe 5 mil an hour. Definitely possible. However, to get that consistently, we need to be able to flip the Scythe, the Twisted Bow, the Elysian, those kind of items. Otherwise, it's just going to be too challenging to replicate that consistently. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to point your attention to the top right of my offer slot here. Those NQ tops that we bought for 30.8 mil could just be my best flip to date. If we can sell them for the price I think we can. So I noticed that the NQ tops have been falling in value for a while, and they had a very sudden fall off this morning. So we ended up buying 3 of them for 30.8 mil. However, they immediately jumped back up to 33.8, which means we are primed to make 3 mil in profit per item. That is insane. I think that would maybe be our best flip to date if we can pull this off. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at that, guys. Not only is everything sold off, but we managed to sell the NQ tops for a 3 mil profit per item, which means that is a 9 mil profit. I think my biggest flip to date. And no, I didn't expect it to go up that far, but I kind of proud of myself. I was analyzing a bit of the trends of just rare items like that. I thought it would actually go up, and it did. So yeah, sure, that might be just luck, but a 9 mil profit in a single flip is nothing to scoff at. That is crazy. I can't believe that happened. Can't believe it, but I have another amazing flip to show you guys. So we're just kind of off the high of that NQ flip, and we come back with another massive margin on the Dragon Full Helm, going from 68.7 mil up to 71.5 mil. That's insane. That is another 5.5 mil profit. Look at my offer history for today. We've already made 15 mil just in the day. If we could earn 15 mil in a day consistently, ooh, we'd be laughing. Well, I mean, hopefully we can someday, but for only having about 400 mil, I think that's excellent. So those 2 flips were absolutely insane, but can we top that? Okay, we didn't get flips quite as good, but I mean, they're still looking amazing. We've just been on such a good roll recently. 500k in profit on each Nightmare staff. That's 2.5 mil right there. I mean, I think the market is just going up in general right now, so we're more likely to just make money on anything we touch. It's been a nice change because, I mean, for the last month or two, it's felt like everything is just going down naturally. If I leave something for more than a couple days, it will have lost like 10% of its value, so it is a lot easier going the other way. It doesn't require too much item picking. You could just pick anything and make a significant amount of money. So I think I'm going to go for one more set of flips, see what we can get done that early, and see if we can manage to top that earlier margin. Well, I gotta say, I didn't even expect to come close, but while it's not as good as the NQ tops, we still managed to do an incredible flip on the Eldritch Orb. We managed to flip 3 of them for, what is that, like a 5 mil profit? A little bit shy of 5 mil, which is incredible just on its own. But that is just another piece of an ongoing story of just this week being amazing. I'm not sure exactly what has triggered all of these giant price swings, but I'm liking it. Now on top of that, I also managed to sell off pretty much all my items here, and I'm really excited to see how much money we made in this episode. Now we started at 385 mil, and it looks like we're actually almost at 100 mil profit on the episode, which is drastically further than anything else I've had before. So pretty much 482 mil, which means we made pretty well 97 mil in just about 2 weeks. So 100 mil in 2 weeks is definitely an improvement, and I hope to keep that up in the future. So we're nearly at $500 million now. Pretty soon we'll be able to afford the scythe, and we're also going to start experimenting with some of the more expensive and high tier third age items. And I think we're just going to start making more and more money and go into uncharted territories, somewhere I haven't even been before. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. As always, if you did, always appreciate it if you leave a like on the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Now before I go here, I want to give a massive thank you to all of my members over on YouTube. A huge thank you to Wolf the Hunt, Colin Corley, Timothy Chen, Guy Fox, Ocelot, and Kush Patel for all being subscribed at the Dragon tier. As always, you guys are awesome. Also a massive thank you to Hunter Durand, Lord Dojin, All Things Gaming, Yo-Yo Sub 89, Need My Pills, Birdbot, and Base Titch for all being subscribed at the Runite tier. Thank you guys so much. As always, if you guys are looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. You can get access to my video release schedule, get immortalized in all of my future videos, and of course, get a custom role in my Discord server. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.